Hey there folks, welcome to PIVX class. Today's episode is a little different. We're not going to talk about an aspect of cryptocurrency, but instead something that affects it, and that is inflation. You know, that thing that makes food and water and everything else cost more every year. Everyone's favorite aspect of our economic model. We'll go over how it is defined, what causes it, how it affects you, and how cryptocurrency can help. More on that towards the end of the video. But without further ado, let's begin. So Investopedia.com defines inflation as: inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising and consequently the purchasing power of currency is falling. If we expand on that a bit, inflation is when the price of things goes up. Inflation should be low in a healthy economy. 2% is a popular target for nations, so if a country is trying to keep its inflation at 2%, prices of things will go up by about 2% a year. This means that football that costs $20 this year will cost $20.40 next year. In 5 years, the ball will cost $22.08, and in 10 years, it will cost $24.38. The second part of that definition, where they talk about the purchasing power, is about what inflation does to your money. The $20 bill in your pocket has less power each year. Really, it becomes worth less and less each year. In 10 years, $20 will only have the ability to buy around what $16.40 could buy you this year. This is why you must really think about how much interest your savings earn, or you might still be losing value each year. If inflation is at 2% and you only earn 1% interest on your savings, your money is not really growing to match how much buying power it is losing. So what causes inflation? A lot of things can affect it actually. Some sources seem to break it into 3 categories, but the ones that stick to 2 categories make a little bit more sense if you ask me. The first category is demand pull inflation. This category is a result of increased demand by consumers. A lot of it stems from buying power. If the consumers in an economy are consuming a lot of goods and services, they rapidly increase demand. A bunch of things can cause this to happen. If interest rates are low, there isn't much incentive to save money, so people spend it very quickly. If unemployment is low and wages are high, people end up with a lot of buying power. This will cause higher demand as well. The second category of inflation is cost push inflation. Supply factors are what drive up inflation here. Increases in wages or material costs are some of the biggest factors in this. They cause the price of manufacturing to go up, which ends up in the price tag of the consumer. Some more subtle reasons also exist, like production inefficiency. If a manufacturer does a bad job of maintaining effective supply chains, they will cause the price to increase to themselves and as a result to the customers. One cause of inflation is particularly notable to those considering alternative currency. That cause is the printing of money. It is classified under demand pull inflation. Governments and central banks are capable of printing money as they see fit. They would do this because they need money to cover debts or pay for things they don't want to go in debt for. It's bad for you because it results in more money floating around that is not held by you. When new money is added to the economic ecosystem, it devalues the rest of the money because the rarity of each individual unit of money has gone down. And since none of that new money ended up in your hands when it was printed, it made your currency worth less without giving you any more of that currency. All of these causes of inflation will drive up the cost of goods and services. For you, that means each unit of currency you have will buy you less. That can really impact your ability to save if you aren't earning interest at a rate that beats inflation. It's also an issue if your wage becomes stagnant. If your wage increase doesn't match inflation each year, your buying power goes down each year. Then there's always the risk of hyperinflation. Hyperinflation has typically been caused by governments printing massive amounts of money because they are in trouble in one way or another. An example of this is Germany before World War II. They printed so much money that the money became completely worthless. If this happens, your savings are worthless too, unfortunately. This is a bit of a scary prospect, but it has only happened a few times in history. You should know it exists, but it won't exactly happen tomorrow. Okay, inflation is the cost of things going up. How can cryptocurrency do anything to stop that? Well, in many of these causes, it can't. But those causes are mostly natural. When demand is high and supply is low, prices go up. When supply is high and demand is low, prices go down. This is the normal ebb and flow that has occurred in trade forever. The unnatural thing that can mess with the system is that uneven rate at which money is printed. Even under normal circumstances, they are printing enough money to inflate things a little bit each year. This system is on purpose, though. There is an advantage to it, admittedly. It makes the economy very predictable for governments and businesses. If prices always go up, it is easy to plan. Its effect on the consumer is more questionable, though. A system where your money is worth the same forever can be more appealing to people like you and me. This brings us to cryptocurrency. Being that many cryptocurrencies are not controlled by governments, they don't necessarily generate money in the same way. Some of these currencies create coins way faster than governments print their money, but on the other hand, some of them create coins at a far slower rate than the governments do. Some currencies even have fixed end dates to the creation of new coins. There's a large number of ways that cryptocurrencies balance their coin creation. Many of them result in a stable number of coins, and in many of these currencies again, they don't have a way to just print millions or billions of coins just because they feel like it. Essentially, cryptocurrencies offer alternatives to the way fiat money systems supported by the governments operate. And that's it. That's all I can say on the topic, really. If I go any further, it's just going to get very biased, and I want to dodge that. If you'd like to have some debates on the best system, feel free to comment below and I'll be happy to jump in. You can also ask any questions if you need more detail on something too. I'm always happy to help. Inflation is a tricky topic as there is so many causes, so don't feel bad if something doesn't make sense. I had to brush up a bit on it too to make this video accurately. Anyways though, thanks for tuning in. As always, I love having you here, and I will see you in the next PIVX class.